Hey, all right, everyone. Decided to do another one right after right after the last one. I kind of have or developed a mentality of why wait for tomorrow when you could do it today, because tomorrow is never promised, and it's not promised, right? So there's a saying where you make plans, but God laughs. And I know I said I wouldn't, I don't do the politic, religion, race, all that stuff, but there's a few sayings out there that, as long as I don't get all deep into it and stuff like that, but the saying goes that you make a plan and God laughs. Why does he laugh? It's because tomorrow's never promised. That's why. So you make a plan and he goes, how do you know you're gonna make it that far? Right. And some that shouldn't make it far, make it. Right. So so one of the things I wanted to mention is that so the show, and here we are, episode 5. So that's pretty cool. It's cool for me, right? Uh one of the and I like to say one of, because there's never one thing. There's always one of. So one of the things about the show that could keep some from watching it, and like I said before, you don't watch it, it's cool, man, because it's not for you, but just pass it on, right? Just pass it on. Don't just like, oh, this shit ain't for me, and then that's that. So yes, like, songs I put on, or what I think is a motivational clip. Yes, it's dark, it's sad, it's this and that. Well, it's because the person or people or folks that I'm trying to help, they're in a dark place. So I can't go into a dark place to try to help someone with a fucking parade, right? That should, it's like being at a funeral. And here comes like, no, it's a dark time. It's an ugly time. It's cloudy. It's raining. There's no sunshine. There's no beach. There's no pool. There's no fiesta. There's no fucking pina coladas. It's a dark time where it's just rain, snow, sleet, darkness, no light. It's cold. That's where we are. And like I said, that's not where you are. Okay, great. Just pass it on. Just like which I forgot to mention again, the donations, right? Donating to thrift stores, Salvation Armies. Here where I am, they actually have an ASPCA that has a thrift store attached to it, which is awesome because all your purchases help uh the care of the animals that they have. Uh so that's why donating is important. One, try to share this video and all the other ones. When you subscribe or the person subscribes, they get to see like the other videos, right? Sharing, you're just passing it on, right? You pass it on, and then that person can share. You can say, you know what, nah, that's not for me, right? And then they just pass it on. So same thing with like donating, right? Like I don't want it anymore. I have no use for it, but don't throw it in the trash. pass it on, right? Someone could say, well, maybe I think I know someone that could use this. And then like that, you just, continue. Eventually it's going to click. Eventually it's going to do something eventually. As long as everyone just shares and just keep passing it on. So like I said, if it's not for you, it's too dark, it's sad, I don't want to hear that shit. Don't. You already know what the show is about. So you don't even have to watch it. You just share it, right? And then you could be part of someone that either comes on the show or has a message and say, hey, you know what? I straightened up, I this and that. I was in the I was at the I was inches away from suicide. I was at the doorstep of this and that. And right. So you'll get some credit too. Cause you're like, shit, man, I passed it on. I had no idea that this one and that one had right. So that's part of when they're living in darkness. So you have this thing, right? That's it's called that persona or facade. So it's like you have your script, the costume fits, and you play a role. You walk out your door and you play a role. Whether, the role that you play, people admire you, this and this and that, but they don't know that behind that facade or persona, that there's what is called a private despair. Mhm. Private despair. So that's this thing that uh, no one knows about. No one knows that dark side. No one knows that struggling part of you, struggling with right. So you put on you go out with this persona and you're playing a role. You're playing a role, and then when you get home or wherever you rest your head, you're not playing a role anymore. You are you, that private despair. So this, what I'm doing, is going after that. I could care less about your persona. I do it all the time. I got tons of them. I got a closet full of them. I'm trying to reach out to that private despair. Uh, whenever if we speak, if we you reach out, no one knows anything, right? I'm just trying to help. Helping you helps me. Helping you can help someone else. And that's how it goes, right? Because like the way things are out there, this kind of help is not it's not alone. It'll actually make you go deeper and deeper. So you're in a hole regardless to the depth of the hole that you're in. The way society has become would make you want to make that hole even deeper. So you can hide even more. And the purpose of what I'm doing is don't hide. Let's get out there. Let's make it happen. Let's make you make a difference. Right. Okay, so we go back to my personal story. And then I think it was like the first and second episode. I had an artist, Dakota I Can. He sent me another track of his. Uh, Support comes in all kinds of ways. Very positive person. He records and does all his own stuff. You'd be surprised. You might want to do like a song or a track or something. You can get a hold of him and he can help you do it. Right. So if you guys can try to support it, it's Dakota I Can, and it's on all kinds of the social media and stuff. I'm gonna try to get a link to make things a little bit easier. But as you get this link, share it. And show support. And then, like I said, you might, as you listen to like the details in his music, and to know that he did it all by himself, uh, you might know someone that could sing or could this and that, and he could be your Huckleberry, right? So everyone helping everyone, as like I showed in that last photo from the last episode, is one helping one, helping one, helping one. You can't save the world, right? So you have your little circle of friends, close people, and things like that. You can save that. You can't save the world. It's a vicious cycle. It almost seems a never-ending vicious cycle. But don't focus on that because it's too big for you. It's too big for me. It's too big. Um, it's just too damn big. Right. Okay. So the story before was with the carrot grader, and then I went into him, and when I say him, it's the adopted father, uh whipping me in the shower. Um so the two scenarios that I told you guys about, this happened like multiple times. I don't have to like continue saying, on December 23rd, this and this and that, right? Those scenarios happen multiple times. So then came a time, I'm not sure, like I couldn't have been that bad, right? But I'm not a parent at this time in this point of my life, right? This is something that he felt like he needed to do. So I recall a time in the hall where the bathroom was and the corner was, that I, kneeled on his carrot grater. He told me, he said, "I don't know what to do with you." He said, he does the shower thing, does the carrot grater. He said, "I hit you with the belt, smack you." He said, that doesn't that doesn't seem to work. He said, "So from now on, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to punch you." So at that moment that he said that, he punched me right in the mouth. You're talking about an adult punching a 10, 11-year-old kid in the mouth. And he was an amateur boxer. And I remember he had a ring on his finger, and it broke my tooth, my bottom tooth, that I struggled to this day with it, with dentists and things like that, because I was at the age where like the tooth that grew in, that like that's my tooth, and he broke it. So I lived a lot of my life with this chipped tooth, and it was another constant reminder. So life can be, it could be something else, man. You know how you have that option where someone does you wrong, you say, "I never want to see you again," and then you don't. But then there's things that do things to you that harm you, and they just seem to be in your life for the remainder of your life. And that happens to me. There's multiple things that just like they're just constant reminders. And so anyways, he I had to have when he broke the tooth, I had to have a root canal like 12 years old. Like what 12-year-old kid needs to get a root canal? So so then there was that. And that was the first punch that I received that did that. And then, there were punches after that. And again, this is punches coming from an adult who was an amateur boxer. So it makes me laugh like now when I hear of struggles and this, because there are grown men, adults, adult men that couldn't live a year my life as a child. They couldn't. So I'm gonna so I shared some of the stuff from him. So now the mother, I'll start a portion of the mother because she wasn't an angel. So I'll pause with him and start a portion with her, and then the next episode I'll continue with her because I'm receiving it from him and her. So she knows this is going on. Like she's there in the home. And she didn't stand in the way or this and this and that. These are some terrible, terrible people. And so when you ask yourself why me for whatever scenario you in, I didn't have any kind of option at all. I was born into this nightmare. So how religious could I be? I was born into this. I didn't have the option. Like I didn't know this is what I no. As a child, I got dumped around living in a foster home and then being adopted by these now I will say these people, and there was no help. At that time, you can tell your teacher to hit your child, and the teacher will hit you. They'll hit you, stick a bar of soap in your mouth. You'll get the business from your teacher. You will listen, or you will do what you're told. So I grew up in that era. So I would get the business from the teacher, and then at home, I don't even know what to fucking call that, because I was just like, that's not something you do to a child, and I'm not sure what you would expect from the child to grow. Like, what are you trying to what are you trying to mold? So I was very confused as I got like a little bit smarter. I'm confused. Like as you're doing these things to me, what are you trying to mold? Like what are you trying to create? Uh, What kind of man, I guess, lack of better words, you want me to become through, this I was like a prisoner of war. I was just a prisoner. Like I'm not sure what was going on, but regardless to that. So I'll touch up on how she was, and I'll give you guys an example. So I have a couple other examples, but this one is uh, is one of the greatest examples to tell you what kind of person she was. You already have an idea what kind of person he was. So one day she uh, she comes in a room. So there was another kid that they adopted. As I can say his name because he's not alive now. His name was Anthony, and he's not alive now. He was shot about 3 times in the chest. So this is New York, Harlem. You're not expected to get out of there. You're not expected to be educated. You're not expected to speak proper English. There's no expectations. There is no potential. There's nothing. So anyway, we're in this room and she puts a wig on me. And Anthony, he's there with her, like he's playing along. And then she puts lipstick on me. And then she puts eyeliner. And then she puts I guess it's called blush or whatever it is. So she like makes up my face. And then she says, so the adopted father, he's in their room, he's drinking, and he's watching whatever he's watching. And she said, all right, you're gonna go over there, you're gonna knock on the door, and then he's gonna say, who is it? And you say who you are, and then you go in. And I'm sitting there, I'm completely confused because I got this wig on, I got makeup on. Like, what is going on? So the whole time I'm in this like family, supposed like I'm in like shock and like I'm confused. I'm lost. Like I'm a lost child. Like my brain hasn't even like figured out what the fuck is going on. Where am I? And where is my real mom? And where's my real like where, right? So she's like, you go in the room, you knock on the door, he lets you in, you go in the room, and she said, okay. She said, yes means no, and no means yes. I'm like, okay, I don't get it, but she's like, so if he asks you a question, I need you to remember that when you say yes, that means no. And when you say no, that means yes. So I'm like, all right, okay, not sure what's going on. So she's like, go ahead. And she's sitting with Anthony, and they're just watching me like two little demons. And he said, go ahead, go knock on the door. So he's in there. I could hear the TV. His drink of choice was Heineken. And so I knock on the door. What? I open the door and he sees me and he says, what are you, fucking gay? And then I remember what she said. She said, no means yes. Yes means no. So I said, yes. So let's just say, folks, he beat the living crap out of me. Didn't understand the purpose of that. But that's something else that's tattooed on my brain. So my brain has tattoos like crazy that they won't leave. These are not things that you forget. These are things that will smack you in the face when you don't even like you're not even thinking about it. So it's very hard to move on with life with these things. And I remember that as if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's been fresh in my head all these years. It doesn't go away. And it would never go away. So yes, these stories and these things, and I'm not done yet. My life has just begun. I'm not done yet with these stories. So how could you not be an addict? How could you not turn to alcohol, heroin, coke, crack? How could you not? How do you function in society? How do you face people after these kinds of things are happening to you at home that no one knows about? And you just keep moving. You keep moving. You keep fighting. Purpose to be alive? I have no idea. So, anyways, we'll continue again and again and again and again. I'm committed to this, to doing this. And as so we've reached episode 5. And as we reach, hopefully, higher being willing, I'm not around. Someone could collect all these stories, put it together, write a book or whatever, uh, and share. Because I'm not the only one. There's a whole lot of us out there. But I'm coming front and center because I need help. This is helping me. So don't you think for a second that I'm doing this and it's just like, no, this is helping me. So I'll be helping someone or making an attempt to help someone while I'm making multiple attempts to help myself. And those that know me personally, maybe you get a better idea of who I am. Because I share a lot of this stuff with a lot of people. So anyway, so this is artist Dakota again that I mentioned before. I'm going to share now. If you guys can, I think the music could be purchased. I'm pretty sure it's not a lot of money, right? I mean, pretty sure you spend money on like all kinds of stupid shit. But this is supporting someone that's positive. So his music is positive, right? And that's all we're trying to do here. Positive influence and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy the track. And then I'm gonna end it at that. And then I'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys donate, right? Donate stuff, clothing, pots, pans, plates, you name it, donate. It can help someone be a human doing, right? That's what this is all about, right? Let's try to get, it's not so much trying to get the country back, let's get humanity back. That is lost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dakota, flight music. Yeah, man, It's only one way it gotta be. Let's go. Gotta be, ain't no stopping me. no stopping me. There's only one way you gotta be. Now they gonna see a lot of me. There's only one way you gotta be. Ain't no stopping me, no stopping me. There's only one way you gotta be. Now they gonna see a lot of me. There's only one way you gotta be. Yeah, I'm living life like I appreciate it. And if it's not in my favor, then I'll just recreate it. Grind hard, hit the streets, and I'ma beat the pavement. And I don't hang around losers, that could be contagious. Yeah, I'm back up in my zone, it's like a new beginning. And I don't know about L's because I'm used to winning. Yeah, I'ma stick to me, I never choose to blend in. And I'ma get the victory, so don't confuse the endings. The ending, you probably figured out I hate to lose. I'm tired of being a nice guy.